Multiplication strategy 4. It's using a pencil and it's called long multiplication. You should only be doing this strategy when you can do all the other addition, subtraction and multiplication strategies in level 3. This strategy works for any difficult multiplication and is ideal for checking answers on a calculator, and you can also use it with decimals in the next example. Here's how it works. So your loan repayments are $625 per month for 36 months. How much do you repay altogether? So when doing long multiplication, you have to lay the numbers out in a certain way. First of all, you write down the bigger of the two numbers. In this case, it's 625. And then underneath that, you write the smaller number, 36. But you write it in the correct place for place value. So the units are above units, the tens are above tens, and of course there's no hundreds in this one, so that there's above a blank. It's very important you lay it out exactly like this in the right order, otherwise it won't work. Next, you do some multiplication of the numbers in a certain order. You start with the units column, and you start with the number you're multiplying by, the 36, and you do the units times the units. So in this case, 6 times 5 is 30. It all comes back to basic facts, which is why you must know your basic facts before you even start worrying about this strategy. 6 times 5 is 30, and so below the line you would write 30, but in this case, if the number is bigger than 9, you have to do a bit of carrying like you would do in long addition. So you write down the 0 part of 30, and the 3 part of the 30 you just carry across and pop it down under the next column. You'll use that in a minute, but you don't put it into the answer space just yet. You're just carrying it over because you've got 3 tens and you're carrying them into the tens column. Okay? The next thing you multiply, you've done 6 times 5. Now you do the 6 times the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, of course. But remember, you've carried 3 over. So the answer isn't 12. You add these 3 onto it. So it's 12, 13, 14, 15. Again, the answer 15 is bigger than 10. So you put in the 5, put in the units part, just like long addition, and you carry over the 1 part of that. So this is exactly like doing vertical column addition. You write in the 5 part of 15, carry over the 10s, and we'll add those in next time. Same thing again, it just moves along. This time you're doing 6 times 6, which is 36. Again, basic facts. But you've got one more down here. Remember, you carried 1 over, so it's not 36, it's 37. So you write in 37, and that's your answer. The reason you can write that straight in there is because there's no more multiplications to go. You've multiplied all 3 numbers by the 6. Okay, that's part 1. Next part is a bit like doing a box strategy, but you're doing it in verticals. So now we're doing the 30 times the 5. So 30 times 5, or 3 times 5 is 15. Remember, it's not 15, of course. This is 30 times 5, so we've got that whole adding a 0 thing. So 3 times 5 is 15. You write in a 0 because it's not 30. It's 30 times 5, not 3 times 5. So there's the 0, just a placeholder. And then of the 15, you write in the 5 and you carry the 1 over. Okay, so see how I've carried the 1 over there? So that's the 15 that comes out of 3 times 5, but it's 1 place over, and we've popped in a placeholder here so that we know that it's 30 and not 3. Okay. Carry on again, just as you've done before. So now it's 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, but we've carried 1 over, so 6 and 1 is 7, so we write in 7. So there's the 3 times 2, write in the 7. And lastly, we've got 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Again, there's nowhere else to go, so we haven't got to worry about carrying. We just write in 18. Okay. So when we multiplied our units, we got this. When we multiplied our tens, we got this. And just like a box strategy, now we add it up. So we add it up like vertical column addition. So 0 and 0 is, of course, 0. 5 plus 5 is 10, so we pop in a 0 and we carry 1 across. Okay. 7 and 7 is 14, and the one we carried is 15. 5, carry 1. 8 and 3 is 11, and 1 is 12. So 2, carry 1, and then 1 and 1 is 2. 2. So our answer is 22,500. Okay. Watch this video a couple more times to really understand how you're doing it. A couple of points to note. It's very important you line these numbers up over the top of each other. It's very important that you multiply and carry if it's bigger than 9. So if the answer of this multiplication is bigger than 9, you put in the units and carry the tens, units carry tens, and then you add up at the end using column addition. Same thing, if it's bigger than 10, you put in the units and carry the tens over. Okay, good luck.